back to the Focus Shed. It's me, Lovesit. I'm going to show you what happened to my team last week. Clue, disaster. But not the worst disaster. Could have been a lot worse. And I'm heading for a disaster this week after feeling quite comfortable with my team last week. Due to the fact that, like a lot of people, Newcastle and Aston Villa is not going ahead. Let's hope there's no casualties there in the long term. Guys, let's have a look at my team then. What happened? Well, first of all, my rank dropped 100,000. So I've gone from 770k to 864k in a week. Not the worst drop in the world. Still in the top 12%, but not where I want to be. Need to have a look at that and see what's going to happen this week, because I had my plans in place, but they've been scuppered massively. I got my captain wrong last week. He said about the better. Had Fernandez on it all week, obviously. And then I saw on this actually, Premier Fantasy Tools, and yeah, I know it's only an algorithm and it's down to the players and the eye test, etc. I saw it was on here. Calvert-Lewin was recommended first, and I don't know, I think I was overtired or bad decision anyway. And I was told as well, I had a conversation, one-to-one chat with Darnesh from the league, who advised that maybe I should go for Fernandez. But do you know what? I actually fell asleep about 5 o'clock and slept through the deadline, or I might have changed it back. But I woke up and I was just like, well, it's meant to be, and that's what happened. So there we go. You have to live with these decisions, don't you? There we go. Right. Anyway, so let me show you this, my bench, because in the league update this week, I was looking at a stronger bench and how that's benefited our league leader. And it's something that I'm considering. And when I look at my bench, apart from the first 2 game weeks, it's pretty much been a non-existence of points. So, and players that have come in for me, the likes of Brewster, etc., Kilman, again last week, I've only been getting me 1s and 2 points as well. So the way this season's going, I need to change that and have a look at that. So let's go and see the team then. What happened? So 45 points, 1 above the average. I'd rather be that side of it than the other side, but still not very good at all whatsoever. Martinez in goal, didn't deliver again. 2 weeks in a row now. He has had a good season, but now it's becoming more average as opposed to a great start to the season. Let's hope he can get back to clean sheets quickly. Robertson didn't deliver again, and now he's an injury doubt for the weekend. Kilman is now been benched because Wolves, for the first time in their history, it seems, have gone to a back 4. And I can only see I can only see Cody and Will Bowley being the centre-back partnership at Wolves. Wolves fans, tell me if you know any different. But I won't be. I think I need to get rid of Kilman for that reason. He's now not a good bench option to come in. Chilwell doing the business for me. Is it time for a Chelsea double up in defence? But again, I'm concerned because I've got Ziyech in midfield. I don't really want to go 3 from one team with the way things are at the moment. You lose 3 from one team and then you got an injury and then you're chasing and you're taking more hits again, like I'm going to probably be taking this week to set myself up again in another format for this season. It seems this season I can't get the format that I want for my team, for my squad. But it is a different season, so I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm just going to say I think I see what I need to do and look to adapt. Please tell me in the comments below, because I'm not going to do my transfers till tomorrow, or message me on Twitter. Things I talk about now. Am I being, do I need to hold different players? I really want to get a good rank so I can drive the channel, so please do. Let me show you then. Let's go transfers. Let's go and see what I'm thinking for this week, because nothing happened there. I've talked about Fernandez and Grealish. Saved my game week for me. Thank you, Jack. Great stuff from you there, and you keep delivering. And I brought you and Ziyech in for Salah. Ziyech, you need to start stepping up as well, please. Right. So I've got 1 free transfer, so without doubt I'm going to be taking a hit this week. Money remaining, £0.5 million. Now, I do need to raise some funds from somewhere because the players I need to get rid of, because they're no further option, and I definitely need a squad of 14, I think, and would like one of 15 good players, without one of them being a bargain basement 4.0, because I think we need them. So he's going to go. Mitchell's going to go, but I don't know whether to save that transfer till next week, maybe. I see Ferguson's back in training for them. I'm not sure whether Ancelotti might play Niles Nkunku for Everton as a left wing back if he continues to play with the back three. Iwobi didn't work there for definite. So that might be a consideration. And we've also got, obviously, Nico Williams, Nat Phillips at Liverpool as budget 4.0 options, but I'm not too sure where to go. So I might save that this week, but may not as well, because Robertson, it depends on Robertson really. If we get some good news on Robertson, then I'll probably leave that one. Bit worried about Cancelo not starting after I finally signed him and he was rested to the bench. But he's got to go. Nyland, I'm going to replace Nyland because Martinez is benched. I'm going to use this opportunity to replace the bench fodder. Like I say, Jack and Martinez won't be going anywhere from my team. They'll be getting benched this week. But for those two to go and to me replace them, I do need to raise some funds. So I've got a couple of options, I think, and it's Harry Kane or James Rodriguez. And let me explain first. It's not Andy Robertson because my basically I'm going to bring Trent back in for once he's back in, I think, for Robertson. He can't be that bad for that long. He was too good last season, so I think I'm going to be bringing Trent in once he's back in. So I want to hold that funds in that player. I think he's only a couple of weeks back. He's back on the pitch with his rehabilitation. So that's something for the future. So that's why I'm not considering Robertson at this moment in time. And the fixtures are not too bad for Liverpool either. And I've got no Liverpool representation, and he's crossing all the time. So he's staying. So I think it's going to be Harry Kane, to be honest with you. And I'm going to look to... So that's 3 players. That's 3 players straight away. So I'm already on a -8 there. I would like to bring in Riyad Mahrez for James Rodriguez next week, maybe. But I don't know if I'm going to have enough money left for that. But that's next week. My initial plan for this week, by the way, was to swap Harry Kane and James Rodriguez for Kevin De Bruyne and Wilson. But obviously, with what's happened this week, it's made me rethink what I'm doing. Need to be a little bit more sensible. It's just a very different season, isn't it? We've got to play how we've not played before, I think. I don't know. You tell me, guys. This is obviously just my opinion. Although I chatted to Don S, left a comment under the last video saying you do need a squad of 15. Like I say, the Paul Oliver, top of our league, the Who Really Loves It league for the channel. He's got a large squad of players, and he's done that different this season as well. Ranked sort of 130k at the moment. So I think that's what needs to be done. Right, let's have a look and see who I'm thinking then. Well, in goal, I'm looking to put in, after some consideration, and tell me if you think I'm wrong, I'd quite like Fabianski, if I'm honest with you, but because I've got 2 keepers in, both going to be 4.6s, 4.8s, whatever, you know, decent keepers. I'm going to go for McCarthy. I did consider John Stone, but I'm worried about whether Newcastle are going to play the week after, and that's up against West Brom, so I don't want another keeper on the blank, although Martinez would be back. And the Leeds goalkeeper as well. I don't have any leads, but they can just let in loads of goals, can't they? But I know they can keep clean sheets. 11 points of that was last week. Maybe he's on form. Maybe it's time to bring it in, but you don't quite often get the big hits off the goalkeepers. Anyway, I'm going McCarthy. Unless someone can convince me otherwise, please do. I think that's a good rotation, and he's got Brighton next, and the game after that, Sheffield United, Arsenal. So not bad fixtures for him either. So that would be a nice fixture for this week as well, and pay back the hit really if he's coming in this week. Hopefully, better than 0 points anyway. So let's hope he can get 4 at least in goal against Brighton. Pay back a hit. Which brings me to the defender. I think I'm going to bring back in, after taking him out last week, Tariq Lamptey. Attacking defender. Had a week out. Kilman's not playing. The fact Kilman was playing was the reason I kept Kilman as a cheaper option, because it was going to be on my bench anyway, with Robertson, Chilwell and Cancelo. But now I want someone a little bit more reliable, someone who's definitely going to be playing, someone who's who can get attacking returns as well. I think that gives me a much stronger bench than I can look at my 4.0 last week. That leaves me with £10 million. Now, I can obviously just blow that and I can get Jesus in. He's 9.3. Fulham up. Have a look. Jesus. That's the first thought, if I'm honest, because I've not got where's he gone? Because I've not got Kevin De Bruyne coming into my team now, which was my initial plan for the week. To try and gig in on this. He's played the last 3 games, 90 minutes. He's got in on the action. Not massively though, in a 5-0 win, so that's a bit concerning. Like I said earlier, Mahrez seems to be playing a lot, and I quite like him in midfield. So I'm not convinced that's where I want to go, although it is a good signing for this week, especially on a hit. The other 2 considerations for me, and the one I'm thinking I might go for, is this man. Edinson Cavani. He's got, let's have a look at the information, 2.3% owned. He's better than Martial, let's be honest. He's a striker, and I just think, even if he doesn't start, he's coming on in the game if they're losing. I've been watching him for a while. Sometimes this is the sort of player I tend to watch for a while sometimes, and I've hoped for. Then I wait a game too long, and his price goes up, and etc. etc. And I miss out on the haul that I've been watching for. But I might jump going too soon. But I like this, and I'll tell you for why I like this signing. Bear in mind I've debated Danny Ings as well, but he's at 8.3 million. So this is about the budget, because it's about a squad of players, and it's because it leaves me with £2 million in the bench, and in a week or 2 I want to get rid of Ryan Brewster. I think I'll keep him for this week because he'll get a start. Maybe he's due. He's definitely due. Maybe this is the week. The Brewdog will deliver. But the plan is to take him out, barring any more shenanigans. Pick the right button. The plan is to take Brewster out and bring in, once they're back playing, Callum Wilson. The other options are I could have Bamford and Ings here, but I just like the look of that as a squad. Bear in mind, I'm going to look to take Mitchell out in the future as well for either Ferguson, other 4 million players as that come into the fray in the next couple of weeks as well. So those will be my 2 transfers in the next 2 weeks with that team. But it'd leave me with this team for this week. That money in the bank would be. Oh, sorry, I don't need to do anything. That would be most welcome. it gives me a possibility of, if Robertson doesn't play, it gives me a 3-4-3 if Cancelo starts. Hopefully one of Robertson or Cancelo starts this week. Well, hopefully both of them start. And then it's not a worry. And then I've got Lamptey as first sub if there's an issue anywhere else here. I want to hang on. I do think Rodriguez is due a haul, and this could be his week. A lot of people are jumping off him this week, and understandably so. Looking at his history in the last few weeks, I mean, he did have an injury here. He hurt one of his testicles, so you can understand that. Poor bloke. And I want to see one of these again. And then I think actually, hopefully learning my lesson. I'm going to get rid, because look at the fixtures here. Great player or not. If he was playing for another team, I think I'll probably be getting rid. So hopefully I'm learning my lessons there. In the future, there's so much I want to do. There always is. But that's my thoughts moving forward anyway. Oh, what do you think to that team, guys, for this week? Chilwell, Robertson, Cancelo, hopefully. McCarthy in goal at the back. Lamptey to come in if one of those don't. Ziyech, Fernandez, Son, Rodriguez. In midfield, James Rodriguez up against up against Burnley, who conceded 5 last week. Along with Calvert-Lewin. But I do think... And the Brewdog up top. Or maybe I'll leave Brewster on the bench and start Lamptey, to be honest with you, actually. And go 4-4-2. Right, guys, tell me what you think about what I'm talking about doing here. That's it's a -8 this week, which isn't too bad. Leaves me with some plans for the future as well. For upgrades, I can change Mitchell and Brewster around, and Rodriguez. There'd be my sort of targets in the week. Cancelo doesn't start. I can look at Pereira. I've got a few options, different things I can do if I want. Right, that's me out of here, guys. Do us a favour, will you, before you go? Subscribe to the channel here, and if you want to know what I'm up to in the future, watch my league update just here, guys. See you later. Bye.